So I wiped everything out. We've just got an empty main and we've got no other program blocks over here. So let's go ahead and add a new one. This is going to be a function because we don't need it to retain any data. If we were putting things like timers and counters in there, yes, we would need it to retain values. So in that case, we would create a function block. But if we're just going to spit something in and get something out immediately, and it's not dependent on happening, continually for several scans, function's the way to go. And as a tribute to Alan Bradley programming, I'm going to call this SCP, Scale with Parameters, because that's what I've been using for years and years and years. So let's hit OK. And let's get into this function, okay? So we already know we're looking for our conversion operations. We want our normalize, which is what we have to use first. And then we want to use our scaling afterwards. And let's go ahead and just drop that right down there. And for the value coming out here, this is not going back to our main program. This is just going to be something local here, right? So we'll just call this TV for temporary value and define the tag. That's going to be local temp, and that's going to be a real, okay? And that TV is what's going to be coming into here. All right. Now, depending on whether or not we want static ranges that are defined in here, we can define the min and max right here and just put numbers in there. But I want to have a proper block where I can set those ranges on the fly. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these with inputs and outputs. So my minimum here is going to be input min. My maximum input max, because that's my input range. That's what my input signal is, what its range is. What's the lowest value it can be, what's the highest value it can be. And here I'm going to have scaled min and scaled max. Okay, so I've got my input stuff and then I've got my output stuff, which is, I'm calling it scaled. Define tag. Okay, these are going to be my local ins. So local in, and I want that to be an int. For my max, same thing, local in, and I wanted it to be an int. And we're going to do basically the same thing here. So we want local ins, even though we're scaling for our output, these values are going to be coming in. These aren't something that we're going to be sending back out. So even this min and max are local ins and integers. Okay, the last local in we're going to have is our input value. So input value, define that. That's also going to be a local in and also going to be an integer. And our output will be scaled value, not val, but value. Define tag, and that's going to be, I'll go ahead and leave it as an int, and that's going to be our one and only local out. Okay, so just like this, we do have to enable these. So let's put a true there and a true there, so these things are always energized. Okay, so now we've created a proper scaling block. Let's go ahead and test it out. So back on our main, I'm going to drop this in and look at that. We've got input min, input max, scaled min, scaled max, input value, and then a scaled value going out. So let's go ahead and bring this out at SV1. and it looks like that's already defined as a local tag. That's okay because we don't need to manipulate that, so we'll take a local tag for that. And let's pretend that we've got something like, I don't know, 4 to 20 milliamp signal. So maybe we've got that scaled 4,000 to 20,000, and we're going to scale that to a range of something simple, just 0 to 100%. So 0 to 100, and then for our value here, let's go ahead and use something that we can actually change and work with. So we'll go ahead and take our val1, which is an integer, in our global memory. And there we go. We've got a proper scaling block now. Let's go ahead and run it up and see what it gets us. So drop it into the processor. And I think we're good. We're up and running, and we are already scaling. So from 4,000 to 2,000, if we're sending in a 5, obviously we're below the minimum range. That's why we're getting a negative value out. But if we send in a 4,000, we would expect to get a 0 out, which we do. If we sent in a 20,000, we would expect to get a 100 out, which we do. And if we set some random number in the middle, we would expect to get some random number in the middle based on where it falls in the middle of that range. So let's try something like 12,562. And there we go. That's 54 on a 54% on a scale to 0 to 100. So what do you think? That is pretty cool, is it not?